Leah Harding was born in 1983 in Missoula, Michigan. She loved the outdoors and had a carefree attitude. She had a 5-year-old daughter named Carly, who she was very close to. In 2014, she met a man named Camiel Vanhaecke, and they started a relationship together. She eventually moved in with him, and they lived in South Range, a small town in Adams Township. On May 15th, Leah's mother, Camiel Harding, attended a school event for Leah's daughter, Carly. But noticeably absent from the school event was Carly's own mother, Leah. Surprised by this, Cami tried to get a hold of her daughter. When she couldn't, she went to Camiel Vanhaecke's work to see if he knew where Leah was. Camiel then dropped a bombshell. According to Camiel, he hadn't seen or heard from Leah in 2 weeks. He claimed that he and Leah had an argument and that he dropped Leah off at her mother's home.
No, he didn't, and at that point, I knew something horrible happened.
The family was confused at first because they had seen Carly, who was living with relatives at the time, speaking to her mother several times on the phone. But Carly admitted that this was untrue. She had been talking to her mother's answering machine because Leah wasn't picking up the phone. It appeared that no one had seen or heard from Leah in quite some time. On May 15th, Leah's mother called Houghton County Sheriff's Police and reported her missing. It took them several days before an investigator would even come out for an interview. The only assistance the family did receive was from Pat Butler, a now retired state trooper who wasn't even assigned to the case.
The detective at the time, Rose Murgy, never sat down with her, never did a face-to-face interview with her.
Eventually, though, investigators were able to obtain some clues on Leah's disappearance. Witnesses had last seen her with Camiel on April 30th at a gas station in Baraga. Leah's phone was also recovered near the North Otter River without a battery or SIM card. The last ping was on April 30th, the same day she was seen at the gas station. Investigators conducted searches for Leah around the areas where her phone was found, but came up empty-handed. So what could have happened to Leah? Leah's family believes that the answers lie with Leah's then-boyfriend, Camiel. Not only was he the last person to have seen Leah, but he had allegedly been abusive towards her in the past. Shortly before she went missing, Leah had even texted her cousin Brandy about the abuse, saying, "If anything happens to me, Camiel did it." Camiel also had a criminal record, including kidnapping and assaulting an ex-girlfriend and her cousin, in which he served 12 years in prison for. Leah and him began dating shortly after Camiel was released from prison. Along with this, Camiel never once helped search for Leah. In fact, according to Leah's mother, once Leah was reported missing, he sold all of her belongings. Shortly after Leah's disappearance, he was arrested for breaking and entering into cabins and was sent to prison. Family believes that this may have been the motive behind Leah's disappearance. They believe that Leah planned to tell authorities that Camiel was stealing from cabins, and Camiel wanted to avoid being sent back to prison. A year and a half after Leah's disappearance, friends and family gathered outside the police department to express their frustration with the lack of progress in the case. Police never used search dogs, which would have been useful in picking up Leah's scent, and they failed to question other individuals that the family believed had information about Camiel.
What investigation? I feel that there has not been an investigation for my daughter. They just threw her away, that she's not important enough to look for.
They also ignored information from Leah's daughter, Carly, including pictures she had drawn of a deep hole in the woods that Camiel would take her and Leah to. Carly remembered being told to stay away from this location in the woods because whoever fell in the hole would never be found.
I've been crying a lot for her. I miss her.
It's been 5 years now since Leah Harding disappeared without a trace. Her daughter, Carly, is now 10 years old and lives with her grandmother. She and other family members miss Leah terribly and want answers to what happened to her. They need the public's help and ask that anyone with any information please come forward.